Hello, and welcome to another episode of Brettcast Transformers School. Today we are going in-depth with another of the 13 Prime. This one only a part of the Align timeline. That Prime is Amalgamous Prime. Who is Amalgamous Prime, you ask? Well, let me tell you.
Amalgamous Prime is one of the 13, the original Primes, who were created by Primus to battle and defeat his nemesis, Unicron. A gentle, good-natured prankster, Amalgamous Prime was the trickster of the 13 and master of change. He could instantaneously assume just about any shape he could imagine. Amalgamous' curious nature and independent mind meant that he rarely stayed in one place for very long. His equally mutable scythe mimicked his own whimsical form, constantly changing from one shape or state of matter to another. Supposedly, he would go on to found the Shifters, who took after his fluid and malleable nature.
First, we will look at Amalgamous Prime in the Covenant of Primus.
Amalgamous Prime was the 9th Prime created by Primus to defeat Unicron. He possessed two artifacts of power, his shape-shifting scythe and the original transformation cog, which caused him to shift and flow constantly. In the ensuing battle against Primus' arch-enemy, Amalgamous fought on the front lines as a warrior, and together the 13th saw off Unicron. In the age of peace and rebuilding that followed, Amalgamous, Liege Maximo, and Micronus Prime busied themselves with mining and refining Energon. Although personality conflicts simmered between the trio, and Alpha Trion, Prima, and Vector Prime, who Amalgamous viewed as bossy and controlling. After the schism that resulted in the deaths of Solus Prime and Liege Maximo and the self-imposed exile of Megatronus, the Primes decided to create a new generation of Cybertronians that might follow them. Amalgamous Prime provided the imprint of his transformation cog to their alchemical brew in the Well of All Sparks, so that all Cybertronians that emerged would have his gift of transformation, albeit to a lesser degree. Amalgamous eventually left Cybertron for parts unknown, although bots of his archetype would occasionally demonstrate greater shape-changing abilities arising as the Shifters. After Cybertron's golden age, Mercury and her displaced fleet of Neutronian refugees discovered Amalgamous Prime's transformation cog near a black hole and took it on board. Prolonged exposure to the cog altered their physiologies, giving them the power of unlimited shape-shifting and the ability to combine with one another into many different forms. Thus altered, these Transformers renamed themselves Muticons and began searching for Amalgamous in the hopes that he could undo the change before they permanently merged into a single amorphous being.
Finally, we have a little bit of Amalgamous Prime in the IDW G1 continuity.
Amalgamous was one of the 13 Primes who led the 13 tribes that arose on Cybertron following the departure of the Knights of Cybertron. The death of his brother, Nexus Prime, at the hands of Galvatron prompted all the remaining Primes except Alpha Trion to flee Cybertron. Eons later, Shockwave would send on his Regenesis ores to where he thought Amalgamous had gone. In the modern day, Amalgamous Prime's name was remembered in the Way of the Flame, a religion of Solus Prime's colony, Caminus.
This one was very short, but that's all you need to know about Amalgamous Prime. And that's all I have to say, so if you want to add to the conversation, leave a comment below. As always, thanks for listening, and goodbye. And remember to subscribe and like to this channel and my gaming channel, which I will link down in the description below.